from F.R.O.G Crochet, and our devotion today is God is awesome. Okay, see this? Father to the fatherless, defender of widows, this is God, whose dwelling is holy. God places the lonely in families. He sets the prisoners free and gives them joy. God is awesome in his sanctuary. The God of Israel gives power and strength to his people. Praise be to God. Psalm 68, verses 5 and 6, and verse 35. Someday you may lose your parents, your spouse, or your bestie. Yet even then, you need not despair. There is always one who remains with you. His name is the Lord. He was with you before you were born, planning out your life, making things ready for your role in his plan. He is the one who timed your entrance on the earthly stage. He is and will remain with you 24/7. When you are alone, God places you in a family. When you are imprisoned, he sets you free. When you are weak, he gives you power and strength. Why does God do all this? Because you are his beloved daughter. In this awesome God who cares for you like no other, may you not only rejoice, but offer your eternal thanks. And our prayer is, I lift up my thanks to God, who is with me and cares for me eternally. And our prayer to our inspiration is, Lord, I reach out today for your gift of unending. Put these back on so I can see. Hi, y'all. Welcome in. Just trying to find my video so I can see the chat better on this phone. I don't know how to say that, but hi, welcome in. Okay. Now this, Miss Kitty challenged me to, she found some yarn that she liked in there, and she challenged me to make this, wanted me to make her a hooded scarf, and she wanted a certain type of yarn used, mainly because she wanted this stuff. So, I did not make this pattern myself. I found a pattern online, but I did add this to it. But this is the scarf. Yuko or Yuku? Is that how you say it? Yuku?
It's an I at the end. Yukti.
Oh, Yukti. Okay. I'm not looking at it without my glasses, so it looks like a KU on my screen. Sorry. Yukti. Okay. Welcome in. So I got this done in one day or one afternoon. And it was easy to do. So I did what she wanted me to do. And this yarn was given to me by Miss Setta.
I say yes, now you got it.
From Setta's place. I had 3 things of this purple and gray color. I think it said purple, opal or something like that was the colorway. And then there was one of this, and I just thought, I went all the way down the scarf part and around the part goes around the face. But she has this, I actually had to ask her for this. She was actually using it. But she likes it. She really likes it since I've done that for her. Have it back if you want. And then I started this a while back, but I did finish this just last night, or I should say early this morning. I finished this, and this is a bod shawl. We are in Virginia,
In the United States.
in U.S. I used Red Heart Ombre. This is spearmint, and this right here was a partial. Um, I had used it on something else. This was leftovers, and then I joined a full skein of that. And I ran out. I thought I had more, but I didn't. So I put this coral on there that I had, and then I just did on the edge a slip stitch all the way down the edge. Finished that last night, or well, should say early this morning. This thing is huge. I will try to take a better picture of this later today on my mannequin so you guys can see the front and the back of it a little better. Actually looking like on some, you know. And then I also have been working on this for my husband. I'm doing a uh, diamond painting for him. And Miss Seta, again, was going to do a collaboration with me on it. And she did a little bit. She's done a few videos. Um, but with me getting snowed in and having an upcoming doctor's appointment and not knowing how it was going to go and everything, um, this kept my mind occupied. So I got quite a bit of this done. All I have left is 2 rows right here. So this is how it's coming. So I've been busy keeping my brain occupied. My husband is a big Star Trek fan, and so I got him the Enterprise. I know they have Captain Kirk, Spock, and uh, Bones ones, but I figured he would like this one better, and so I got him this. And like I said, I've been really keeping my mind busy. Because one of the things that was going on was some of y'all knew that I had a doctor's appointment, and they had told me I had spots of signs of a colon cancer possibility, and to get me a colonoscopy done. So I went and done a physical, and the doctor ordered a colonoscopy. That came back fine. But the one that I was not worried about was the mammogram. And I had that done, and I got a message saying that they found a spot. And so I had to go back again and get another mammogram done at a breast center specialist area center. And they did another mammogram, which I guess was a more powerful machine than what they had used at the other place. And they also did an ultrasound, and they said, yes, you do have a spot, uh, and we need to do a biopsy. So that was January 8th that I had to do a um, that then January 8th was the second mammogram and ultrasound, and then the 20 was supposed to be the 26th, but because we got a bunch of snow and everything, they ended up changing it to the 28th. So I went on the 28th, had the biopsy done, and they said it would take at least 2 to 3 business days to get the results back. And the 28th was Wednesday. They actually called me on Friday afternoon with the results, and praise God, it is not cancer. But they do want me back within 6 months just to keep an eye on it. Because they called it a lesion, um, but it can turn into cancer, so they do want to keep an eye on it. So, thank goodness it was not. So, all this trouble for just a little spot. I am still sore from it a little bit, still bruised, because they shoved this big old long needle, and that lady says, the doctor said, if you don't like needles, she said, you can either look at me or close your eyes. I said, I'm closing my eyes, because I am not watching this big, huge, long needle be stuck in my chest. Uh, and she did. She put a little bit to surface that she was like, okay, I'm going a little deeper. And then she was like, I gotta go a little deeper now with it. And I was like, oh, I come off that table because it hurt. But other than that, I am doing much better, and thank goodness it did come back that it was not cancer. Alright, let me see if I can see some of this chat, because I cannot read it on there. And poor Yukti, I was saying her name wrong, or their name wrong, because I couldn't read it. I'm going to have to take these off. I got new prescription, but he did not do my up close. Alright, we got Bernard. I'm guessing Bernard. Welcome in. Thank you, Yukti, about the shawl. Hook to hands, welcome in. Oh, one hook, 2 hands. Alright. Yes, it was very scary to go through. Now Miss Kitty did know some of what was going on. Um, but we did not tell little man what was going on until after we got the test results back from the biopsy because he does go to school. Um, he goes to public school, and Miss Kitty is homeschooled, but I knew I couldn't hide it from her. She's a very intelligent child.
I would have known something was up immediately.
So I knew she would have known something was going on, especially with me having to have so many doctor's appointments. And now he did question a little bit, like the day that I went, because he was here at school. I mean, at home because of the snow. Um, we got out because my husband has a 4-wheel drive truck, and that's how we got to the doctor's office. Um, our driveway is still pretty much a sheet of ice or slush right now. He's been getting in and out with the truck. They have scraped the gravel road right out here, so it's pretty clear. Um, the main paved roads are pretty clear. There's a few places here and there that's a little spotty. Um, but, that was when, let's see, we had 2 weekends in a row. The first weekend, we had just a little bit of snow and then a bunch of ice on top of that. And so they didn't go to school that whole week, and then they started sometime last week with little man doing um, virtual school classes. And so he had 5 days of virtual classes here at home. He did like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, and then he did Monday, Tuesday, and he finally got to go back to school today. So, and that little stinker, he was so excited. I ain't never seen no kid as excited as he was to go back to school today. I was like, dude, you have got to go to bed and stay in bed. And he come down here just hyper. I said, I know you're excited about to go back to school, but you have got to calm down and get you some sleep, or you're going to be so tired at school that you're not going to be able to even pay attention. uh, he's like, but I get to get out of the house. We've been here for 2 weeks. And I said, yeah, I know. He was having a little bit of cabin fever. Oh. But luckily enough, they were predicting that we would end up losing power. We did not. Praise the Lord. We were able to keep power the whole time. Um, didn't get as much ice as they were expecting because they were calling for freezing rain the first go around, but it ended up just sleet. So none of that stuck to the trees. It just compacted on top of the snow, made a big sheet of ice. And then, like I said, the following weekend, we ended up about 5 or 6 inches of snow. Um, so on top of that, because the whole week before, when we were stuck here, it really did not melt any at all. It didn't even get warm enough to melt any of it. So, anyway, we ended up getting stuck again. Now, like I said, my husband's been going to work and everything. Um, I have not been to work yet because the lady that I stay with, the 91-year-old lady, her driveway was nothing but a sheet of ice, and the road scrapers that came up her road did not do such a good job of scraping out there, um, which is a paved road. Um, but the sisters finally found somebody that could go over and scrape her driveway, and this one lady has been over there for over a week, and she finally got to go home yesterday. So hopefully I can get back to work. But they basically, you're healing, you need to take care of yourself and take care of your family. So, anyway, they are very, very family oriented and everything. So, I love that. That they, my health and my family come first. And, so if something comes up, they work with me. They work with me on doctor's appointments for me or the kids. So very blessed with that. But anyway, me and Miss Kitty did get out of the house today finally. Like I said, the last time I was out was just for that doctor's appointment, basically. Um, Other than that, we've been pretty much getting on each other's nerves. So we've been trying to keep ourselves occupied so we won't get on anybody else's nerves. So, but that's what's been going on and what I've been doing to keep myself occupied. Like I said, mainly this was to keep my brain occupied until we went, or while we were trying to wait for the results. Um, but I'm determined to get this done so I can get it framed and let my husband find a place for him to hang it up. And then I guess I need to finish his Lord of the Rings one before I even start anything else. Because I did start a Lord of the Rings one for him. Oh, my internet's working too well. But I got to go get the man here in a little bit off the bus. So I will let y'all go. I just figured I'd show you what's been going, let y'all know what's going on, why I haven't really been on too much. I was supposed to do Battle of the Stitches, which I did do my project for Battle of the Stitches. I totally forgot to show up for the live for the Battle of the Stitches, because that very day was the day that I had to go and do the biopsy. Um, Now, I haven't heard from the winner of it whether they wanted mine or if any of the other people have found anybody that's wanted their product. They're Alright, this is what they do is for 4 weeks on Wednesdays. Your first Wednesday, you show what stitch you're doing and you do a tutorial for that stitch. Week 2, you do a sneak peek of what you're making. Week 3, you reveal what you made and do a tutorial for the item that you made. And then week 4 is when we go live. And in between there, after everybody has posted their videos of what they made, one of the ladies puts a poll up on YouTube on her post to vote what is your favorite product. Who made which project you like the best out of the 4 people that did this. Now, we don't win anything when we do that, other than the knowledge of everybody liked that one better than the other one. So what the lady that put the post up for the voting, if you put a comment down underneath the post, that puts your name in to win one of the items. And if your name is drawn on the live, you get to pick one of the 4 items that was made as to, and it don't have to be the person that won their item. It could be whichever one you want. But they are to get an email, and I don't know if I still haven't heard back whether anybody's heard from the winner, whether which item they wanted. But this is what I made for Battle of the Stitches. Now, I did not make the bottom. I got that off of Amazon. And this is the handles. I do have the tutorial on there for it. I need to get Miss Kitty to redo it because I recorded it in landscape, and whenever she did the editing, because the first part of it when I showed what I made was in portrait instead of landscape, and dummy me. And anyway, when she edited it, it automatically put the portrait over, it changed the landscape part of the tutorial piece over to portrait, and it made it really tiny. So I really need to get her to edit that for me and put that out, because people are having a hard time seeing the tutorial for this. Ugh, because she's my tech support.
And editor.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't edit anything. She does all the editing for me. So, anyway, I said I better hop off of here because I gotta run and get little man off the bus soon. So, I will hopefully not be as long to get on here again. I know I say that a lot, but like I said, this has been a lot going on, and this all started back in October. So now that we got everything straightened out, that I don't have colon cancer, I don't have breast cancer, we're good. So, other than we got to get the bills paid for all that. So, but at least we know. But anyway, I tell you, praise the Lord so much that it did come back. We are so thankful that it came back, that it's not cancer. So, on both both parts. So, and as far as colonoscopy, I don't have to go for another 10 years. Yay! Because he didn't find nothing. He said, "You're good. No polyps or nothing." So, he said, "You can wait 10 years before you got to do this again." I said, "Yay!" So happy about that. So, anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye, y'all.